Hello, good people. It's my hope that you're doing well. Just want to say thank you for joining me today so we can learn together. I would like first to say thank you so much to my fans, to my subscribers, views, likes, and comments. It moves me and it gives me the motivation to do this more and more. So today I want us to talk about how we can stop domestic violence, how we can end the domestic violence. But before we start, I would just want to tell you that the most people that are normally affected by this thing are the kids, the young ones, the tender age kids, the tender age groups. Because young people are the most envision creatures, and so they see things and they want to do things the way they are. They see things in the movie, they want to do them the way they are. You see, it's so often easy to notice a kid trying to touch fire, but he's not often trying to see an old grown-up person trying to touch fire, because they've known it, they've gone through it, they understand its experience. So I tried to base I thought it wise to put my number one point on kids, because they're the most people, the most vulnerable when it comes to trying to see things and trying to do them. When we talk about tomorrow, when we talk about a better future, we're talking about kids, we're talking about the young generation. That's why I thought it wise to start with them. So my number one point, before much ado, teach kids on how to express their emotions in a more natural and civilized way. In a more natural, when we talk about natural, we talk about biological way of life. When we talk about civilized, we're talking about being confident, being intelligent. Because you don't have to do stuff to be intelligent. You have to react to every matter, to adversaries, to changes. Because domestic violence is caused by the adversaries that we face in life, the challenges that comes with life. That these are the things that cause people to react negatively to certain stuff, to certain kind of stuff that happens around the world. So before I go further, it's good to show kids that they can grow, they can be normal people, and be the best parents and be the best men they want to be in life. They don't have to fight to show their anger. They don't have to be uncivilized, react badly, talk badly to people, and be normal people. No. They can cry, they can show remorse, they can show anger, they can show fear, but in a calm, civilized, and natural way. By what? You can cry as a boy, as a girl. It's normal, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with crying if you're hurt. There's nothing wrong with showing remorse just because you're a boy. No, nothing is wrong with that, because it's natural. I'm going to show you one example why being natural is so helpful, and it can help you go further as a young person, as any other person in life. So I'm going to just show you, I'm just going to give you two examples. So one example, this is the tree which has the bark, which is very strong, and this is also a tendril. I'm glad I found its root. This is a tendril, which has no bark, which is not as strong as that tree, but it takes its weakness to its advantage, then it goes with it. You see, it goes with it, and it rolls on that tree, and it takes support, and then look at it now. You see where it has grown to be. I hope you can see it. You see now where it is now. I can't even about it. So you see. So this is to say that with everything that you are able and good to go wherever you want to go. You don't have to show strength. You don't have to show muscles to be able to achieve your goal, to be able to be the best brother, to be able to be the best sister, to be able to be the best father, the best uncle. No, you can show strength in a more calm and civilized way. You can appreciate yourself the way you are and move to the next level. So this is when we're talking about being natural. Being natural is you don't have to fight. You don't need a knife. You don't need a stone. You don't need a wood or a stick to fight. No. You need your mind. You need to calm down. You need to listen just before you speak. The reason you have 2 ears and 1 mouth is because you need to listen twice before you speak once. So guys, we should tell the kids that it's okay to show remorse, to cry, and do all these things, but in a calm, in a more civilized way. In this way, we are able to fight domestic violence. So to my next point is Okay, so it is highly recommended that we watch the environment that kids grow in. So when kids grow in an environment where there is fear, there is fights all over, there's squabbles all over, the kids grow up picking up these character traits and they're instilling it in them and they cultivate in them. And then with no time in the future, they become the worst abusive people, persons in life. So it's good that we expose our kids to the best environment possible. It's good that we call our communities and show togetherness and show love and show unity so the kids may grow up picking these character traits as part of their life and they're building up on them to have a better community in the coming future. So to my next point is economical imbalance. This is the most part that affects the most people. You realize that because a woman is working, a husband won't care about school fees, a husband won't care about what people are eating, a husband won't care about people wearing clothes and wearing this stuff. But as husband, we should know that it is our responsibility. The families is our families are our responsibilities, and the women, our wives, are only there to help. And what they can do with their money is to keep it for any emergencies, not even emergencies, is to support themselves, make themselves look even more beautiful for us. Our duty is to take care of the family from A to Z. A woman only supports when she decides or when she's willing. You know what? However, how a woman can be rich, but her husband's money is still the best thing that she can have. So what I'm trying to tell you is that just because your wife is working doesn't mean that she can do everything by herself. No, it means that you have a person that you can at times count on. Not always count on, not just count on, but a person that can sometimes support you when you're down. Because every time you're not gonna be here. Sometimes you're gonna be here, but she's gonna support you. But that doesn't mean that you have to count on her always. That means that she has to count on you. Your wife has to always count on you. So guys, when we talk about economical imbalance, we're talking about community sharing, distributing the wealth amongst the community equally, among the community, supporting the community to grow together, supporting both genders, not just men, because they are stronger and muscular and all that stuff. No, supporting every person, every woman, so that they are able to stand for themselves, supporting each and every person. You see what I'm saying? So they're able to stand for themselves and support themselves in every situation, no matter what happens. And the other thing is, when we talk about economy, we should also think about trying to save some money. If you have 5 shillings, please eat 2 shillings, eat 3 shillings, save 2 shillings, because one day you may need it in time of need. You don't know what happens next or what happens tomorrow. So it's good so that you have savings. It's good to have plan B and plan A, so that if something goes wrong with this plan, you're able to bounce back with this plan. So if something happens to your plan, you bounce back to your family, and you're the worst person, you're a changed person that they don't even understand, just because you lost your job, just because you didn't have a plan B, just because something bad just happens to you, just because changes are happening, you're crazy and you're going wild on everyone. The people that you need the most when you are in stress is your family. So let's learn to appreciate your family. Let's show them love. Let's listen to them. Let's be patient with them. Because if we do this, we're building it in ourselves. We're building it for ourselves. What do you say? Life as a crazy way of giving you back what you're putting in. If you put love, life will give you love. If you put hate, life will give you hate. So let's say I'm putting love. I'm investing love in life. Life is investing love back to me. So guys, let's learn to know these things and appreciate the people that we live in our family. So I'm just trying to say in this point of economical imbalance, let's try to help women to be economically stable, so that they're able to support themselves. 85% shows that, of the research shows that women staying in abusive marriages because they cannot be able to afford life after fleeing their abusive relationship. People stay in abusive families because they don't know where to go. They have nowhere else to go because they have nothing in their hands to support them, to eat, to wear, even to shelter themselves. They don't have it. So we should always, as government, as the NGOs, so the community should stand together with those people who are most vulnerable. These are the people who are most vulnerable. That support them, give them opportunities, try to show them the way to create income for themselves so that they're able to flee and go live life that they deserve, a life that will give them a conducive environment to grow personally and to also grow the economy, to grow the nation for a better future and a better tomorrow. So we've talked about being patient, being natural as water, being natural as the stone rails, trying to take every situation, every adversaries and challenges that comes your way to your advantage. You see what I'm saying? Every challenges that come your way, it's a chance for you to create yourself even better. You see what I'm saying? Your weakness could be your strength, your main strength. So guys, because you have this weakness doesn't mean that you cannot do 1, 2, 3. Okay, so my next point, we've talked about having plan B. Always find better ways to solve disputes in a more amicable, respectful ways. Show love and respect and appreciation. Human being, we are envision creatures, and this means that we should show kids what we want them to do in the future. If you want your kids to be violent, show them that. If you want them to be peaceful, show them that love, because we are envision creatures the moment we are still young. Okay, I'm gonna go to but listening. I've talked about listening, that we can have everything you want in life, we can do everything we do in life, but if we miss somebody to listen to us, if we lack somebody to say that they understood us, if we lack somebody that will appreciate us, then we'll go to bed still hungry. Even after eating 8 meals a day, we'll still be hungry, because human beings need to be understood, need to be listened to, need to be appreciated. If you're not appreciated, then you feel the lack. And so, some people tend to be violent because they don't feel appreciated, and so they want to show this, that the anger comes out violently because they don't feel appreciated. Nobody says, wow, you did a good job. Nobody says, wow, that's perfect. Nobody tells them I love you. Nobody says, I'm happy about you, I appreciate you. Nobody says, I'm proud of you. You see, if somebody says I'm proud of you, they make you happy. Like in a company, when you tell your company, your employees, that you're proud of them, they did a good thing, they feel like this job is there, but not you as a manager. They feel like a part of this organization, and then so they have a motivation to work even harder. You see people even go extra hours just because you tell them good job, keep it happy, because you reward them, because you appreciate them. They feel, wow, so there's somebody that sees me. It's not only God, because in some places it's just every man for himself and God for everyone. Let's be for all of us, because the Bible says, if you cannot appreciate your fellow human being, how can you appreciate God? So guys, let's appreciate one another. Let's show love. By doing this, the small things, we're able to fight domestic violence out of our lives for good and forever. Okay, I'm going to talk about something that really causes this, that really makes it even hard for us to fight domestic violence. Drinking, and especially drinking in front of kids. Drinking in front of kids is a negative upbringing. If you drink in front of kids, you're normalizing drinking. You're normalizing alcoholism. If you're drinking in front of kids, you're normalizing alcohol abuse. You're normalizing substance abuse, and they feel this is normal and it's okay. This normally falls under the environment. And 30 ways to talk it, because when you hit the hammer on nail, it's much better than just brushing it. And so, no drinking is safe, and no alcohol is ever good for your health. That's just substance consumption, and it's not good, because it's a psychiatric drink and it's not good. And maybe if you have not started drinking, please don't. And if you have started drinking and you can't stop, please see a professional to help you stop, because drinking affects you. It will, at points you will lose your job, at points you will lose your family. The same way, domestic violence makes people to stay alone in their homes. They cook themselves and they're lonely and all this stuff, and then they start to regret. So before you start regretting cooking by yourself, being lonely, eating alone, please keep peace, show understanding, listen, show appreciation, have patience when you're angry, control your anger, stay cool, be a good person, be genuine. You know what I'm saying? Show appreciate your family, tell them that you're proud to have them, you're proud, you're so lucky to be in their midst. You know what I'm saying? Because then they feel, oh, so daddy appreciates us. Daddy feel like we're the only thing that he has in this world. You see, oh, my husband loves me, he appreciates me, he tells me every day. You know what I'm saying? So these things, however how small they look, they really are of heavy weight. They really are of great importance to bringing up our family to a very, very beautiful coexistence and peaceful coexistence within the community. So when we are rough people, when we are people who keep on fighting and keep throwing words, we only create fear. We don't create respect in the family. We don't create anything respect. And fear, fear makes people rebel, and it makes them to be scared and always afraid, and mentally they are disabled. They are unstable because they are not able to even think, because they only know they're only good at wrong. And so the moment they try to think, to be productive people, they never are able to do it because they are always controlled by fear. So to have a productive family, to have a productive people in the future tomorrow, to build your name tomorrow, to have your name tomorrow, you need to create a peaceful family that is able to think, a family that you want to listen to, a family that you want the community to listen to tomorrow. You need to create a peaceful family, peaceful consistency, appreciate your family, show them love, show them appreciation, because they deserve that, and that's all they need. Thank you so much, guys, for listening and for staying with me. Learning process, it's a learning process, and all this is good. I want to just say I love you so much, and see you next time. I'm gonna drop very quick on how to do first steps to do in case, immediate steps to take when the violence is just too much, when you can't just handle it anymore. Thank you so much, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe. Cheers, love you.